think you guys just have to okay that. So today we're going to be just talking about, just kind of the tools and just a little bit more than the tools as well, just regarding kind of what we have with Real Estate Advantage.
Well, hit okay
Obviously,
that this meeting is
kind of
being recorded.
looking at some of the folks on the call. You guys have been around a while, and some of this will be, um, old hat for you, but just it's something to just kind of.
Here's some audio. Might need to turn it up. Turn it up.
Oh, are you guys good? I can hear you guys.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Okay, cool. So today we're just going to be talking about, some of the advantages, some of the tools and things that we have at Real Estate Advantage. Again, just sort of a reminder, a refresher, or obviously if we have some new folks, just good for all of us to kind of know some of the stuff. So I have just a small PowerPoint, and then I'm going to go live in some of the platforms that we have, just to show you. I'm not going to dig into them. We can actually do maybe some other sessions on them, but just to kind of show you some of the tools that I do talk about. We'll go live in the platform. So let me. So the four things we're going to really talk about are leads, which are always important or kind of high on an agent's list, whether they're self-generated or provided by an office. Again, some of the tools that we have, just the idea of training and mentoring, and then really just talk about real quick the office and the team. So there's going to kind of be the four highlights of what we talk about today. And as always, if you guys have any questions, please either throw it in chat or unmute yourself. So as far as leads go, we have OpCity. So that is a platform that will feed us leads. Obviously, if you've been on it, throughout the day, you can get a message for a new lead, and if you accept it first, and then of course that person is on the phone and you're able to chat with them. So that's just a lead opportunity. Next one is Zillow. So the office buys Zillow leads. Now both of these, obviously, because of cost of online leads, are their referral fees with these. That's just normal for any leads that you get, that you typically get in this format. The good thing is as agents, we don't have to pay up front for them. If we get a lead and we get it to close, then we pay the referral fee. So I guess that's kind of a lead that if I'm going to pay for it, I'd rather pay for it knowing I made money instead of paying up front. So the office is kind of covering that cost, and then we just pay that referral fee when it closes. So that's cool. And then just walk-ins and calls. So obviously we know, these have dwindled over the years. More folks are online and asking questions online. Thus, we get, the number of online leads we get. But, just knowing that if you are in the office and, someone walks in or does call, the agents sort of, I guess, on the floor in the office have a chance to get that, if and when one comes in. So I just wanted to kind of talk about leads. Obviously we've done a number of sessions on your sphere. Just kind of know that that should always be our number one lead source is our folks. So work them like you never have. And then anytime we get another lead, I always just kind of think of it as a bonus. But so leads is our first subject. Next we're just going to be talking about tools, and these are the ones that I'll actually get live in. As soon as I finish this quick PowerPoint, we'll go live in these. But we have iHouse, which is a sort of a marketing platform. You get a website if you get a new listing, so you can kind of, use that to market. You can email sellers reports and things like that. And of course, always realizing that, everything we talk about today is always in addition to, obviously, what the MLS offers and, all the tools just within that. So we're kind of going above and beyond, what is offered there. So just kind of always remember that. So iHouse, and again, I'll go live in that platform just to kind of show it to you, if you haven't seen it or haven't been in it in a while. Turbo Leads is actually a CRM that you can use to, sort of work your leads. And if you're using another CRM, that's fine. Believe me, it's fine. But if you, aren't using a CRM, don't have one, or aren't using it effectively, just know we have one that obviously will, set up drip campaigns and things like that. And as I talked about, really all of our leads, whether it's our sphere, whether it's a lead that I get today, could be totally random or whatever. It's super important that all of those leads and in our entire sphere are in a database, in a CRM somewhere, so that we can consistently talk to them. So it's just super, super important. So, it may not be the best CRM, who knows which one is. Honestly, the best CRM is one that you actually use and have it help you with your business. But just know that we have this one. If you kind of haven't started one or found one yet that that you like. Ready to go newsletters. So every month we just kind of get a newsletter, prepared for us so that we can just log into the system and again, whoever we have in our database, push a button and then a newsletter will go out to them. So just another, kind of neat tool that we have, to stay in touch with our folks. Yes.
Not to interrupt you, but on the Turbo Leads, going back to that, we do have a phone app for that too, so you can work it right off your phone, and it's really, you can set reminders for it. So if you need to call somebody in a week from now, you can set the reminder and it'll pop up. But if there is an app on there, and it's relatively easy to use.
Awesome. I love the idea of so not only is it, is it your database, your entire sphere, it's easily accessible on the run. So, we're waiting, 5-10 minutes for a client at a house, or, we're sitting in front of the TV and we got our, got the phone in our hand. Our database is right at our fingertips. So I love that. I appreciate you pointing that out, Richard. So. Paradigm. So that's another platform we have, and I'll show you that. And then Canva Pro. So again, these are just some of the tools that we have that, again, in addition to, let's say, all the pieces within the MLS. And I'll get into each one of these and again, just kind of show you what, what each one is. And after that, ideally, you kind of go in there, you play around with it, determine if this is the case with almost any tool we have or process or anything, is we kind of determine what works for us. So, I might like one, you might not, you might use something else. It's totally fine but we need to know they exist, and we need to know what works for us, so that we can consistently say hi to folks, that we can kind of value prop ourselves as an agent that goes outside the box, things like that. So we'll look at each one of those tools in a little bit. And then training, mentoring. So I just kind of want to throw this one in. So so we do new agent mentoring. So obviously, if you're experienced, it doesn't matter. But the idea is that, whether you're a new agent or, an experienced agent that needs something, you know, the option is there for you to, let someone help you, learn a tool, learn how to do something better. So whether you're a new agent or an experienced agent, the idea of mentoring, still exists, but, obviously the new agent, getting them from, day one to, learning things, writing a contract, getting a deal, things like that. So it's kind of a big deal for, for a brokerage to offer. This trading series, so I just kind of put that in there. We're gonna, hopefully continue this and just pick topics that are relevant to all of us, or if you have any ideas, please let us know. But just the idea that, kind of consistently learning, whether it's tools or processes, things like that, always important. And then just our weekly office meetings in Caravan. So, I mean, we can learn a lot in an office meeting, whether it's just, sit back and listening, or, listen to an agent talk about a house, or, talk about an issue, or sharing ideas, things like that. So the idea of an office meeting, is a pretty big deal, especially when they're consistent and, not just random, and, every once in a while kind of throw a meeting together. So I kind of like that. And then, Caravan, anytime. I remember doing caravans when I first started, and it was, I love them. Just to, get in a house, experience getting in a home, again, listening to another agent talk about the house, or point things out. So, so it's kind of cool that, we do that consistently, within, with the office meetings and then the caravan. And the last one, just the office and team. So the front desk, so I'll talk about this a little bit more, just because obviously I don't have any slides or anything, or tools, but, the front desk ladies, I mean, obviously are there to help us. If we need some help with a listing input, if we, they do our billing, and, just kind of always there for us. So again, don't take having someone, sort of in the office, kind of for us. I think I kind of think they're my assistant. It's not like they do everything for us kind of thing, but, just don't underestimate the fact that, we got some folks in the office that are there for us, and doing little things, and taking care of things, and, social posts, and things like that. So that's, kind of a big deal, when you think about, sort of having assistants. Next one, just office space and desks. Kind of another thing. Obviously, there's a lot of office space and desks there. So, there are a lot of brokerages that, that charge for a desk or office space to literally just be able to put something in a drawer. Costs you money. So just knowing that, those desks are there, and there's plenty of space in the conference room and things like that. That's always, just good for us to know it's there, whether we use it all the time, once in a while, never. It's always there if we do need it. And then this one kind of, for me, is really a big deal. When you kind of look, I guess if I talk about looking down the office roster, the office and agent experience. So the office being around a while, the office being, I guess what we would call nowadays an independent brokerage. They're not part of a big corporation, or things like that. But, just the experience, and I'll just name a few folks, but obviously looking all the way down the list, but like Rick and Julia, and Ginger and Richard, and, doing the whole lakefront thing, and geez, if you Google something, if you Google lakefront, like, they're coming up, for us to have access to them, to ask them a question, to, really, I'm sure they'd be willing to do anything for us, as far as, sort of, guiding us, or giving us advice. Someone like Jim and Paul that are, I think of them as just commercial guys, you know, they're not fully commercial, you know, but so really just a lot of experience in the office that we can, you know, just know is there. You know, if we talk about it with I always, let's say a potential seller, if we talk about, you know, the experience in the office and the numbers the office does each year, and you know, you know, whether it's like #1 in Lakefront, or you know, hey, I got a guy that in my office that I can go to you know, help me with this, you know, with this deal kind of thing. You know, I put priceless on it because in reality it really is. You know, something so invaluable, you know, for a new agent, or really anyone at any point that just, you know, needs a little guidance or advice, you know, you know, having folks that have been doing this for many years and sell, you know, day after day after day, you know, is an awesome advantage that we have. So that is what I wanted to talk about, just kind of with the PowerPoints. Now I'm gonna, and if anyone has any questions or please anything to add, you know, please do. But right now I am going to just grab up some of these tools that we have. And I'll share my screen. So just the first one I'm going to show you, and we've talked about this, and you know, might actually do a session, you know, kind of on it. But this is Canva. So Canva is just you know, really just an awesome marketing tool. So you can create brochures and social media posts and presentations and really a ton of things. So and we just kind of have this account that, you know, all the agents use. You know, you can come in here and start something from scratch. You know, you can ask an agent if you can borrow, you know, one of theirs. So, you know, here's Corey's open house. You know, if you just kind of want to take this and replace, you know, a few, obviously the picture and the info, and just be like, oh, geez, if I could just use that one, you know, we could always click on, you know, these 3 little lines, make a copy of it, kind of save it as ours and adjust it. So, so just really a great, you know, platform for creating, you know, I mean, these are great looking flyers right here. So, you know, and it's really not hard to do. You know, if you haven't ever done it, obviously it's just a matter of getting in there and, you know, kind of getting used to it and creating it. But it's, you know, there's templates in here. You can kind of, you know, do whatever colors you want, you know, like grays or whites or blacks, you know, so lots of, you know, great options in here. On the top, here's all the, you know, the different pieces of marketing that you can do: social media, flyers, presentations, you know, things like that. So this is Canva. We in the office pays for the Canva Pro, which means you can do a lot more. You can actually create a Canva account yourself, a free version, but it starts limiting you. You know, you can only do certain things and save certain things. So you know, so the office providing this allows us to have, you know, a great platform for creating some awesome marketing materials. Besides the fact, you know, if we ask an agent if we can borrow their design and make it our own, you know, obviously saves, you know, could save us a lot of time and effort. Maybe you're not the design type, you know, and you like the way one looks. You know, we can always ask and see if we can kind of borrow that design and then make a copy and then make it our own.
Hey, Wayne,
Yes.
yeah, the front desk also, when an agent lists a house, if they want something on Canva done, the front desk will do it also, and you know, where they could post it on Facebook. Or if they need an open house flyer like Corey did here. But I just want to let you know, so if some agents don't like looking with this, the front desk will do it.
Perfect. Love it. Love it. That's even, I mean, that's a bonus. So when I talk about the, you know, the front desk and you know, them helping you, you know, what an awesome opportunity for you to, you know, to get some, you know, marketing pieces, well designed, look great, branded towards you, you know, and they're willing to help us with that, whether it's you know, the flyers or the posts, things like that. So that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna try to not stop sharing, and I just need you guys to let me know if, can you guys see, it's the iHouse dashboard now?
Yeah,
Cool, cool. I didn't know if I had to stop sharing. Sometimes I gotta stop share um, and then reshare, so this is iHouse. So this is part, so you'll see there's one login, and if you need any of these logins, if you maybe you hadn't, if you haven't logged in and want to kind of log in the first time, I'm happy to help, but the office is great in getting you in and reset a password, whatever. But so this is iHouse it's iHouse and Turbo Leads. So I'm going to kind of just click through both. And then so the important thing with the iHouse piece is, so obviously you can go to the office website, but you also, what you will want to do is log in and just check your agent profile. So if I just click this, oh, figures. Yeah. So if you click your agent profile, what you're just going to want to do naturally is just make sure all the information is correct, that your headshot is, that you're happy with it, that if you have a new one, we want to update it. You can do your email signature, and then your agent biography. So I talked a lot about when we're talking about your online presence and things that you need an agent biography. So you want to make sure that you have it, come in here, copy and paste it in here, because it's going to show up on your profile when someone goes to goes to Real Estate Advantage, and and obviously I've said this about every brokerage that I work for, the main company. It doesn't mean anything. The brokerage doesn't mean anything to Joe down the road. He wants, if he wants to get to an agent to ask a question, to talk about a property. So it's super important that, when they click on my profile, your profile, that, they see, okay, updated headshot, a biography, like who is this? Because if I'm going to work with you, I need to know who you are by looking at you, and then read about you with that biography. So again, just kind of a important piece that we might overlook, but that biography is just important. And then you can talk about any of this agent listings, displays for sale, solds. You can, if you have any of the others, you certainly can add those. Make sure you save it if you do change anything on this page. The one thing I will say is, if for some reason this info, obviously your name's going to be correct, but if any of the other info, phone, email, I would let the front desk know, because it's likely that info is other places. So I mean, I could change it here, and I want to, but I also want to make sure the front desk has obviously my, a different email if I want to use it, a phone number for whatever reason, but just making sure that, that's correct, and then that the office makes, has the correct info. All right. So, and then, edit your listings. If you click on this, if you have any listings, they'll show up here, and obviously you can, update things and get to the websites and such to share. From here, I'm going to actually click on go to your Turbo Leads. So here, here's your database. Here's your chance to have a database. Again, if you, are using something else, totally fine. It'll, I mean, if you're using a different platform, that's cool. But, here are some leads that will automatically feed in the system. You can upload your own. And then from there, this might be another one where you actually, do a session on where we can, work these folks. But you know, just making sure that you know, that you log in here, just know it exists. You know, if there are leads in here and you're using another system, you certainly will want to grab them and, you know, put them in your other system, because if you haven't paid attention and these folks are just sitting here, you know, we want to make sure that you know, that we are working them in if they're still active. So, but you know, lots of things you can do within this Turbo Leads. So iHouse and Turbo Leads are the first two. Next one I'm going to show is Paradigm. So here you can actually, you know, so I have not set this up, and I will be doing it, I promise you. So, you know, you can connect your social, and then you can actually post on your social, and you can schedule and things like that. So, you know, obviously social post 0, you know, but this will actually track, you know, your tours and things like that. So, you know, there's flyers in here. So it's really a great little page for, you know, for helping you market and, you know, post social, you know, leads and things like that. So it's just another platform that we have that can be beneficial, you know, helping you stay in touch with folks, you know, post on social and etc. So that's Paradigm. And again, going through these kind of quick, if anyone has any questions, but you know, otherwise I think we'll, you know, maybe consider doing some sessions on them where we can get a little bit deeper if, you know, if you guys feel that would be beneficial. But you know, kind of just doing the overall, hey, you know, here's what we have, you know, log in, check it out. And then certainly from there, we can see, you know, if anyone has any questions or needs anything, you know, moving forward or making the tool work for them. And the last one that I'm going to talk about is just the ready to go newsletters. So, so you'll get an email each month that says, "Hey, your newsletter's ready to go," and it's literally a newsletter that, you know, looks good and has a lot of info in it. And it's just a matter of you coming in here. You know, there's a link in the email that you get. So if you haven't, you know, logged in again, you'll be able to figure out your username and password. And then log in, and then it's just a matter of you know, making sure you're, you know, again, this is a separate database, so you'll have to upload your contacts. So, you know, if you have an Excel spreadsheet with all your folks in it, you can just upload it pretty easy, and then just come in here and, you know, literally push a button and send, you know, send your newsletter out each month, and you get the reminder. All you gotta do is come in and you know, push a couple buttons and actually send it out.
Hey, Wayne,
Yes.
on the newsletter, what Dana, that she comes in once a month on Saturdays. And she does, what she does, she purges the database there with, so whatever from your MLS data bank. So whatever new listing or whatever new buyers you put in the MLS, they add to that, and then she adds that, and then she'll send out the newsletter on the agent's behalf. But if they want to personalize it or anything, you know, with a listing or something like that, then they need to get in there and they can talk to Dana about what to do and how to do it.
Perfect. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, get in the system, check it out, you know, just be familiar with it. And then, like Richard said, you know, just kind of use Dana to, you know, you know, kind of take it to the next level or make any changes, you know, to who you're sending it to, etc. So I love that she, you know, kind of does that, at least with those initial folks. So.
Yeah, it's hard to remember everything, you know, to do all this stuff. So if they can relieve some of that and let the newsletter go out once a month. And, you know, and people can look on there and see what the open rate is. And, you know, it'll tell you, right?
Yeah, so I love it. So again, so that was it. So that's kind of what we wanted to talk about today. You know, just the fact that, you know, just remember, you know, we got the office from the ladies up front to all the agents in it. you know, we're all willing to, you know, give anything we need to, you know, to another agent that has any questions, that's trying to, you know, get going, grow their business. You know, just use the agents in the office for anything you need. And then just the idea of the tools, you know, tools and training, quite frankly, you know, they're so important, and we should never stop learning as agents, and even just, you know, looking on the call, like I think this with the other trainings I do, it's like, you know, I see agents and and I say to myself, like, they don't need to be in this training, like, but you know, the agents that show up and actually do the trainings, it just, you know, whether it's just, you know, repetition or refresher, or they're, you know, they're just there to, you know, maybe learn one little thing, you know, that's super important. So just kind of, you know, always remember the training and the mentoring and the coaching. If you can get any of that, it's so valuable. And then the tools, you know, tools. So I would check out, you know, each one of the tools we did today: Canva, iHouse, Turbo Leads, Paradigm, the Ready to Go newsletters. You know, just anytime, like Richard said, we have so much. You know, we're really just, you know, trying to sell deals and get deals and make money, of course, but you know, all the tools and things that can help us say hi to folks, that you know, a database, that or a CRM that sends out email, the newsletter where I don't really have to do a whole bunch. You know, it's created for me. I just got to go in and you know, send it. That, you know, those are huge bonuses for us to you know, be able to stay in touch with folks. And I'll always say it, you know, every single person we know needs to know often that we're still in real estate, and you know, that we're expecting them to use us if anything comes up in their life. So you know, but they need to know we still exist. And you know, and I'll throw it out there, that's why, you know, Rick and Julia, every single time they sell a property, I see it on Facebook. So, you know, and I think, you know, I literally think, oh, that's right, Rick and Julia, you know. So the thousands of people that see that, you know, that's what we need to do, you know, really every day. But you know, anytime we can have a tool, or the office, or things like that help us, you know, it kind of takes it off our plate. It allows us to, you know, make calls or texts, or, you know, other things that we need to do to say hi to folks. So, okay, that's what I had today. Anybody have any questions or anything, you know, to sort of add? I don't know if anyone's maybe using any of the platforms that they've been able to use for a particular reason, but
I don't think it'd be a bad idea, Wayne, to have a session on that Turbo app and maybe Paradigm combined. You know, Paradigm's not too much. It just shows them how to, whenever you list a house, you set the owner up on it so they get updated weekly on what kind of social media activity they've had on it. And then the Turbo app would be, you know, as far as what the app looks like on the phone, stuff like that.
yeah, I think I'm gonna put a schedule together for November, and it'll be, I'm gonna kind of mix a November, December schedule around the holidays. So we may not have as many sessions in the next 2 months, but we'll kind of put some in, and maybe do a dive into a few of those, like you said. I think that'd be good as well.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining today. Hopefully it was helpful. Again, just kind of get our mind going around, you know, what we have, and not take anything for granted. But if anybody has any questions, as always, let me know.
Will do.
Will do. Thanks.
Thanks, Wayne.
Take care.
Bye.